guys, what's up? This is the third video about a new GX boss monster. This is the support for Jesse Anderson and his Crystal Beast cards. They, like the previous two, have been struggling, despite out of the three archetypes being the most recent, not so much in terms of support, but rather in terms of that the other two were released in the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, whilst the Crystal Beasts were introduced in the third season. So by definition, you would think Konami would have developed their thinking so that the monster's effects would at least be decent. Anyway, the new card is called Ultimate Crystal God Rainbow Overdragon, or as it's probably likely to be called, just Rainbow Overdragon. It is a level 12 light dragon fusion with 4,000 attack and 0 defense. It requires 7 Crystal Beast monsters. Its effect is must be special summoned by fusion summon or the following method, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can special summon this card from the extra deck by attributing a level 10 Ultimate Crystal God monster you control. You do not use Polarization. Its first effect is, once per turn, you can banish one Crystal Beast monster in your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the banished monster's attack until the end of this turn. Second effect is a quick effect. You contribute this fusion summoned card. Return all cards on the field to the deck. To start off with, there is a small disclaimer saying that the Ultimate Crystal God part of this card may seem confusing at first. In fact, both Rainbow Dragon and Rainbow Dark Dragon are considered Ultimate Crystal God monsters. That part of the name was dropped in the TCG versions of these cards. Certain cards actually ask for Ultimate Crystal God cards in the OCG versions of their texts, such as Rainbow Gravity, but that was worked around by specifying the only two at the time, the only two Ultimate Crystal God monsters that existed. You should note that Malefic Rainbow Dragon omits the Ultimate Crystal God part from the name, meaning it is not part of this theme, unlike the other two Rainbow Dragons. The summoning requirements for this card are a bit of an annoyance to pull off though. The original Rainbow Dragon can benefit from being summoned from both the field and their spell and trap card zone.
I summon the all-powerful Rainbow Dragon!
When the Crystal Beasts have been destroyed, and so in turn enables this card to benefit and piggyback off that effect. But the issue is the Crystal Beasts are limited to 7 of them, and have not had any other forms. Also, since their stats are common and easy to get over, with the highest being a level 4 monster, means keeping them on the field can be tricky at best. The field spell helps to mitigate this issue by permitting your Crystal Beasts to move between the field and the spell and trap card zone, provided you can get all 5 in the back row. As for its effects, the first to gain the attack of a Crystal Beast by banishing it from play is counter to what the archetype hopes to achieve. The strongest Crystal Beast out there currently is Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus.
You want to see a monster? Well, here's my Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus!
Which has 1,800 attack. That would make this card 5,800 attack. Not bad, but compare this to the original Rainbow Dragon, who has the ability to send all Crystal Beasts to the graveyard to gain 1,000 attack for each one. This means it can become over 10,000 attack.
And now I activate his special ability! You see, my Rainbow Dragon can absorb every Crystal Beast on the field, and for each beast it absorbs, it gains 1,000 more attack points! Go Rainbow Overdrive!
and can work during either player's turn. Even considering the differences by a limited number, it would only take 2 Crystal Beasts to make Rainbow Dragon stronger than this newer version. The act of banishing a card is also a problem one. One of the ways that Crystal Beasts like to win is from a card called Crystal Abundance. This is a normal spell card that says send 4 Crystal Beast cards from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, send all cards on the field to the graveyard, then special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your graveyard, up to the number of cards your opponent controlled that was sent to the graveyard by this card's effect. This revives only from the graveyard, and so in removing them you can no longer benefit from this effect. It is also against the nature of a number of different cards, including the field spell. As for the second effect, this requires you to tribute this card. This right off the bat is bad, because of the amount of resources needed to bring it out in the first place. As for the return all cards on the field to the deck, it can be easily negated or worked around, and now people don't necessarily go all in, meaning that this effect could do minimal damage. Also, people have cards that recover resources quickly, and so even if this effect is able to resolve, it may not do the damage you expect it to. This card again is a worst effect of the original Rainbow Dragon, as rather than tributing itself, it would banish all your Crystal Beasts from your graveyard. The chances are, when you would have Rainbow Dragon out on the field, you will likely win the duel, and so you wouldn't need to keep the Crystal Beasts in your graveyard in case of anything happening. In contrast, the new version provides you with no winning card on the field. So at best, this will reset part of the duel and leave both players with absolutely nothing. Overall, I see this as the worst out of the 3 GX series cards, because it is so much worse than the original card. At least the others in some way support their archetype, with Megaton replacing itself, and Arm Dragon Catapult Cannon banishing everything. I think, however, that it can be saved, providing that more Crystal Beast monsters are made. I know they are based off some historical event, from where only 7 jewels were lost from a boat. It's obviously ancient Rome, it's a story to do with Julius Caesar, that's as far as I remember from the anime. I believe it was explained if you wanted to look at episode 106 or 107. This is where Jesse faces Jaden, and I believe it's Chaz who explains the history of the Crystal Beast cards. But at the very least, they should create stronger alternatives of these cards. Maybe, a level up higher. Much the same as what they have done with the original 6 Samurai. I consider this to be the only means of them becoming good in the future. So, what do you guys think about this card? Is it a good addition to the Crystal Beasts? Is it missing something? Or did they need simply other Crystal Beasts to make this card at all viable? Leave your comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and as always, thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
And